Hello, everybody, and happy Monday. It's time for another episode of SideKick Power Hour, and I'm your host, Joshua R. Pangborn. Welcome to Monday Night Sidekick Power Hour, episode 19, season 5. We've been doing this for a very long time. We've been doing this since about 3 months after the pandemic started. And I every week just get to come and hang out with some wonderful people and talk to you all. If this is your first time on SideKick Power Hour, welcome. We are the live stream division of what SideKick Productions does. SideKick Productions is a queer, fat positive, sex positive production company which focuses on telling stories with these marginalized voices, typically around horror and horror stories, but not always. And SideKick Power Hour comes to you to tell you all about what we've been doing in the SideKick Productions universe, and also to highlight some really special people in the world who are doing things somewhere in the body positive, sex positive, queer, or ally sphere. And because we love our allies and we really value them. So thank you all who are joining us tonight for the first time, or who have come back and seen us again and again. If you ever have a comment you want to share, just drop it in the chat and I'll bring it up on the side. If you are watching us on Instagram Live, I will not be able to see your comments, so please remember to hop on over to YouTube if you want to be able to comment. But I do thank you for watching, and I do thank you for being part of this, because we are very happy to have you. So before I bring in tonight's special guest, I just want to catch you all up with what we've been doing this week in SideKick Productions. It has been a very hectic week in a lot of ways, but I have some really cool projects I just got brought on for that I can't tell you about quite yet, but know that things are cooking in the background there. Also, we've been working on scheduling and filming for Skeleton Crew Season 6, and we've got some editing done on Season 2 of The Art of Blowing It. And I believe, don't hold me on this, but well, actually, hold me to this, because I'm going to say it out loud and make it happen. This week, I believe we will be picture locked for The Contract, which is our next feature film, if you are not aware of that. If you don't know what picture locked means, it means that we are probably done with all of the assembling of the scenes and the cuts and trimming the frames and adding frames and all those things, which means it can move into the audio post-production phase. That is the last step usually before we move into release, and we're very much hopeful that that's the case this week, so that way we can get to releasing the movie into festivals by the end of the month, maybe beginning of next month. We'll see. That don't hold me to, but I am holding me to hopefully being picture locked this week. So fingers crossed, everybody. And then in addition to that, if you are somebody who supported us during our fundraising for The Contract, I am working on getting out some of the perks to everybody. So you'll, in the next week or month, a couple weeks or months, you should be getting your perks, and they'll be coming out slowly but surely. I'm excited for you all to get the merchandise that you selected in the end. If you've moved, please do let me know, because I have the address you gave me on file and I want to make sure that it's going to the right place now. So please, if you've moved, let me know. And that's all we've done this week. I mean, it's a lot, but it's not as exciting as some of the stuff I usually tell you. But that's because I want to save all the excitement for tonight's special guest. And I am very, very thrilled to have this person here. This is one of the wonderful people I got to know really well over the course of the past year. And I'm so grateful that I've gotten to do that. And I'm so grateful you'll get to meet them now tonight. Everybody, please welcome Carole.
Hi.
Hi, Carole.
Hi.
I haven't seen you since literally New Year's Day. So
Yes.
how are you
Exactly.
doing, Carole?
I'm so good. Can I start with giving you your flowers?
Please, I will
I
take flowers gladly. So.
I think I said this to you when we were on set together. I really admire how you're able to, you worked your 9 to 5. You're so creative. You're directing, you're producing, you're putting your stuff out there. And I just really admire that about you. So many people, it's hard to like get it going, for so many people. But you put it, you got it going on. You got it out there, you're doing your thing. And I just really I just really admire that about you, and I just think it's just so awesome. You've been doing this for 5 years. That's
I've been doing this
amazing.
show for 5 years. Yes.
That's
So
amazing.
thank you.
That's so good.
I
Yeah.
really appreciate that. I mean, that
Yeah.
means a lot because
I really admire you. I really do.
well, I'm flattered because I admire you because I think that you are brilliant and talented, and I love
Mm.
to see what you do all the time whenever it comes up. And so I guess everyone I should share if you haven't watched a little show on the HBO network. Carol and I both were in the Chair Company, which
Yeah.
premiered last year. So that is how I got to meet Carol. I met Carol in July of 2024, and then spent a good deal of 2025 together.
Yes.
And we were if you don't remember me from the show, you should remember Carol because Carol had among some of the most memorable scenes. Carol had metal in her stomach. So
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. One of the hardest days of I was like,
I know you were so.
what?
I remember how maybe frustrated is not the right word,
Stressed.
but stressed about it. It was very stressful.
It
It's
just
such a weird scene. It's
it
such a
really
weird
was. It
scene.
came out of nowhere. And I was like, how do I do this? I just think I just have to just be really honest about I'm scared that there's metal in my body.
And then apparently there was because the magnet moves.
Yes. Which I didn't know they were gonna do. So when they did that, I was like, oh my God.
Oh no, that's amazing.
That was not in the script. So when they did that, I was like, oh, okay.
But
Now it makes sense.
so many things that we saw when we watched the episodes were like, I had no idea this was going to happen.
Yeah. What was that end of was it episode 4?
Episode 4, yes.
I was like, oh, that was not in the
That was
script.
an episode that caught many of us off guard because we were very
Absolutely.
surprised to see that. If you
Absolutely.
you know what we're talking about, if you don't understand what we're talking about, let's just say it's a very unique take on the Christmas Carol story. Uh, to put it mildly. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was like, oh,
but and I
yeah.
know you've said this before. None of us knew this was how the show was going to turn out. We would have all acted differently, probably.
And honestly, like they probably didn't want us to do that. I
Hmm.
feel like whatever we were given, we were like, we're just going to give the honest truth of what this is. And that's exactly what they wanted.
Yep.
So I'm glad I didn't know. So I am interested now that I know what like I think I have to continue to be honest,
That's what we'll have to do.
for
It's going to be
this.
more challenging, actually, if we all get to come
Yes,
back for season 2. Actually, it will be more challenging now that we know
absolutely.
what they're going for.
Absolutely.
But I
Especially
am
with
up for the challenge, and I know you are. So,
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
so HBO,
Um
bring us back.
please. But yeah, like pacing,
Hmm.
like I get it now. I
Hmm.
get about the pacing now. I also like I don't know that I made enough choices in my reactions for them to
Yeah.
be like to cut to. And so I was like, I could do more with that, you know, and
I
not
think
that
I was
big.
lucky there. I think I did make some good
Yeah.
choices for them to cut to because
They were able
they
to cut
used me a
to.
lot throughout, and I was like, oh well, there
Yeah.
I've got screen time,
Right.
yay!
Exactly. Exactly. So that's great. But I'm just like, I could have made better choices with that. But you come in as a co-star
Hmm.
and you're just here to just enhance the story.
Hmm.
And in no way are you like the star of it. So it's
As
so
much as some
hard.
co-stars sometimes think they are. Not on this show, but
Not on this show. No.
I've seen others.
Absolutely. And I never want to be that person. So I'm always
Yeah.
just afraid of doing too much. But I think I could have done a little bit more as I'm like watching back. I'm like, yeah, I could have reacted a little bit bigger to that.
But I think they loved you because they tried to
um,
put you in like everything. You were always popping
I
up left and right.
I
So
appreciate it, and it was fun. It was such a
it was
fun
so much.
set.
I have said this every time I talk to people about the set. I have never seen a set that was this big, but also this chill.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
there were long days, but there was no ego, no
No,
egos.
and not at all. I it was, yeah, it was 12-hour days, 12, 13, 14-hour
14,
days.
sometimes
Yeah,
14.
it was long, but everybody came in with a really good attitude. Um and I mean, there was nobody that was like, I mean, down to like, like whoever, like everybody was really happy and really enjoying themselves. I saw crew members on FaceTime with their children, with their
Mhm.
family, just saying good night, because it's 2 a.m. and they're
Yeah.
not gonna be able to like tuck their kids in to sleep. So
Mhm.
it's very family oriented.
It
I
was.
never,
It
yeah,
was really it was really like, even, like, I'm sure there were things behind the scenes that were very stressful, but they kept it from
they
us.
kept it from us.
Like, the director, the producer, everybody was
They
on
never said
set,
anything.
was as chill and professional and pleasant as possible. Like,
Oh yeah.
it was a pleasant set.
I was always greeted with a smile
Yep.
whenever I came on set. I was like, "Oh, okay, great. We got you guys." Like I ended at 2. You guys probably ended at like 3 or 4
No, yeah, no,
because
they
I
had
was
like
getting
another hour to 2
emails.
hours of cleanup, so it's like
Yeah,
and then they were gonna get
and
started very early the next day, so
right, and here we are, at noon or whatever, and it's like, "Hi." It's like, "Oh, okay." So it was an amazing, amazing time, and I really appreciate how they like took care of us on the set, and
did.
um everybody got a little something, a little bit of a spotlight,
Mhm.
and I think as they got to know us, it was even more spotlight with,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
Ren,
yeah,
you know
especially Ren, yeah.
yeah.
They love their Ren, so
They loved Ren. They're like, let's spotlight his eating meat and working
yep.
out. So yeah, I mean,
We need another line,
it's
let's
been
throw Ren in there, so
right. Exactly, exactly. So it was really an amazing, amazing time.
so before we get too distracted, Carol, why don't we start a little bit with who you are and where
Oh
you're
yeah.
what you've done with your life. How did you get here to today? Um,
Yeah. So I'm an actress. I mainly do I'm a musical theater person. That's where I started. That's where I thought I would always be for the rest of my life. And film and TV never really interested me. It was like it's all about theater. I want to do
mhm,
live music, musical theater, and not even a play really interested me. But in recent years, I've been like, you know what? I can't always kick my face. And I can't always sing these high G's.
mhm,
So maybe I want to be more of an actress. So I started taking classes. Um, First, just an acting class, and nothing is more humbling than taking an acting class when you think that you've already done a ton of shows and you're like, well, I
mhm,
got this, and then
mhm.
they're like, actually, it's way different than musical theater, and you're like, oh shoot. So
A lot smaller. Having done musical theater in my youth, I very much understand.
yeah. Even taking my first like on screen acting class, and
Mhm,
it was just like, can we just like, because the camera's here and you're here, we don't need all of that. And I was like, oh, and I didn't know how to take it down. It took me several classes, several years. I took a class where I was able to do several different genres of acting, and
fun.
just like procedural, episodic, film and TV, film mostly, where you're just, it's like right here, and you act from right here, and you don't move, and that's it. And it's like, wow, I just didn't know that
Mhm,
there was a technique to it. So as I was taking my classes, I finally booked my first co-star, and I was like, "Wow, this is amazing!" And I started doing more co-star stuff, and hopefully one day I'll make my way up to that guest star role, or
That's the
maybe a
goal.
series regular.
Well, that's really the goal.
That's really the goal. Yes, yes. But I'll take the steps. I'll take the
Do
steps.
you
It's
remember what
fine.
your first co-star was? What was the show?
The Americans.
The Americans. That's a good
Yeah.
show for your first one.
Yeah, yeah. I was playing a teacher. It was the last season of The Americans. I wasn't with anybody famous in the scene, but it's fine. It was, yeah, it was amazing because I think it was Dan Attias. He's done a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, he was the director. He was in a lot of
Oh,
stuff.
yes, I think yes, yes.
I walked on set. He was like, "Hi, Carol." And I was like, "What? He knows my name?" And he was like, "Welcome." And I was just like, "Oh, this is amazing." And let me tell you, the American season, I don't even know, maybe it was five that they have done.
Yeah.
Well-oiled machine. I was in and out. I had a show that night. I was called at like 6 a.m. I think I was done by noon. And I was like,
Mm.
"Well, I guess I'm going to my show tonight." I was doing Mormon at the time. Book of
Oh,
Mormon.
nice. So everybody also, Carol doesn't mention this, but not only does she do musical theater, she is a Broadway actress. So, she left out that adjective there when she was talking about her musical theater experiences. So,
Yeah, I was doing the Book of Mormon at the time, so I was like, "Well, I guess I'm going to the show tonight because I'm done." Yeah, yeah. So
and
it
so
was.
how long did you do Book of Mormon for?
I opened the tour, the first national tour.
Nice. Okay.
I opened that with Gavin Creel,
Hmm.
and and I and then I did that for maybe like two, almost 3 years. And I was like, you know what? I had done other tours, and I was like, I've never had an address. All of my address is the management
Yep.
company. And so I was like, I need to like be in the city. So I put in my notice, and I just kind of like left with like
Mm.
no job or anything. For the first time in like a couple of years, I didn't have anything. And soon after, they were like, "Hey," they called my agent and said, "Is Carol tired of the Book of Mormon? Because we have a spot open for her on Broadway if she wants to take it." I was like, "Absolutely, I want to make my Broadway
Let me
debut."
think. Yes.
So yeah, I made my Broadway debut with the Book of Mormon. Yeah,
That's exciting. When
yeah.
was that? Was that
That
20?
was 2012, I think it was 2012,
Oh,
2013.
I forget how long that show's been on Broadway.
Yeah. They're
That
getting ready
show's
to celebrate their 15-year anniversary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is yeah. I forget that show has been there that long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so after Mormon, is that when did you move from Mormon to MJ or?
So I left Mormon, and I was like, I just need a break from the Book of Mormon. That's when I decided, yeah, maybe I need a break now. But then I did a regional theater show at the arena in DC. I did
Mhm.
Newsies.
Oh, that's fun.
And yeah, it was a fun show. And then a pandemic hit.
I remember that. I've heard about that.
Remember that? And yeah, I was out of work for like 2 years. And I
Wow.
was
Well,
like,
yeah, that's yeah.
because that's how long theater was shut down before they figured out what are we going to do. And then I did an audition for MJ. It was a self tape, sent it in. I didn't think I was right for it, but I sent
Mhm.
it in. I was like, okay, whatever. Couple of weeks, months later, they said, "Hey, can we have see Carol in person?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll go in." Still thinking I'm not right for this show. I went in. It was for a vacation swing, and I was like, you know what? I can do that. Like that would be actually kind of cool to like be able to kind of set your own schedule. Like, hey, are
Mhm.
you available here? Are you available at this time? And be like, no, I'm not actually, or yes, I am. So I went in and I remember the girl in front of me who was there before me was like, "You go." She was really nervous. She's like, "You go." I was like, "Are you sure you were here before me?" And she's like, "No, no, no. You just go. I'm not ready yet." I was like, "Okay." So I went in and they kind of liked me, and I was like, I'm thinking to myself as I'm doing the audition, I'm like, I feel like I might have booked this. And I'm literally leaving the room because they asked me to come back for the producer later on that day.
Hmm.
And my agent's calling me and it's like, hey, they're asking if you can start on Monday. This is like a Wednesday.
Wow.
They're asking if you can start on Monday if you get it. And I was like, yeah, I absolutely can start on Monday. And then, you go back. I went back in and they do all the things and they have to send it to all the people and you wait and to hear anything. And I think finally on Friday I got the official offer for
So you got the offer on Friday and you had to start on Monday. So you had
yeah.
2 days to learn the show.
Well, I had to start rehearsals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's
yeah,
better than
yeah, yeah.
most of, like, that turnaround is insane.
Right? With crazy.
I
I
mean, I
think
could
that
believe it though. Like
yeah.
if you told me that's what happened, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I've heard of, especially during that time, where it was like, we need you like right now because
Yeah.
everybody's sick and we don't have a show and we're trying to put it together. There have been some horror stories of that happening where it's like, you know what track? Great. Well, like I think I was even taught like half of a track just so they could be like, if in a pinch, if we need to put you on, we can put you on for this, and then like it will cover the other things some other way. So yeah, it was a crazy, crazy time. It was a crazy time.
But and then you've been doing MJ since then.
I
So
have, yeah.
so
Yep. Yep.
that's exciting though.
Yeah.
We're probably not, but was anyone from MJ the musical involved in MJ the movie coming out?
No, I think they had auditions. Like one of our MJs did maybe a couple of the MJs did go in for it, but no. And I don't even know. It's such a weird kind of thing
Mm.
because there is an estate that is in charge of, the his stuff, like his music and
Hmm.
everything, the movie and the musical, and never the tween shall meet. So
Mm.
I don't know that we will. I'm hoping that that will bring more of an audience to the show, but I don't know that we will be at all involved in any of the promotion, any of the things that are going
Yeah.
on with the movie. Yeah.
But MJ's a pretty popular show on Broadway right now, I
It
think.
is, but you'd be surprised at the amount of people who don't know that it's there. And it's like, guys, like, but these are also people who are not musical theater people, you
True,
know?
true, yeah.
So they don't really know what's going on in the theater world. And I'm often surprised because these are people who live in New York. And I'm like, but you got to know there's a whole industry that you're missing here.
Hmm.
So it's interesting to me when I talk to people. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in MJ the musical. They're like, huh? Michael Jackson. There's a musical about Michael Jackson's life, and they're like, what? Really? I'm like, yeah. And it's something that they
Uh,
would be interested in, but they just don't know that it's happening. And I'm like, there are commercials, there is a lot of stuff out there in the world for them to see, but for some reason it misses them. So
I guess
I'm often
it's probably not as flashy as some of the like Lion King and things like that, where people
yes, that is true. That is true. Yeah.
um that is weird to say Michael Jackson the musical is not a flashy musical because I'm sure it's
Right.
very flashy.
It is. But you're right, because I mean, first it was like Lion King was a big, huge music, like a movie first,
Yeah,
and everybody saw it. Whereas this is why I'm thinking maybe the movie will help
I
promote
think it
a
will
little bit more.
because because MJ came out at a time. It was a while after
Pandemic.
MJ, basically.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was a while after he had passed, and it was also the beginning of the end of a pandemic. People were
yeah,
still very scared to go out. This is like 2022.
yeah.
It's very like we were even backstage wearing masks and
Oh yeah,
testing
I imagine
before.
they still had to figure that out too and everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, I'm in rehearsal with a full mask on, like dancing and singing, and it's like, it was really difficult. It was really difficult trying to figure that out.
I think the first show I went, I can't remember the first. No, the first show I went to, there was it had been canceled because of the pandemic.
Mm.
It was the off Broadway revival of Assassins that was going on
Mm-hmm.
downtown,
Yeah.
and that was the first show I went to, and I was because they brought it back. I think September of 2020.
Okay.
And I was really nervous to go because I'm really nervous to go, but I have my tickets and they brought them to this date, so I guess
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't need to, and I'm but everybody in the audience was wearing masks, and it's like this is such a
Yeah.
weird thing to be
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
like this. And also I'm really like I can see all of them spitting, so I say sing, so I'm glad I'm wearing a mask. So
Right. Yeah, yeah. It was a really strange. Oh my God, I think about that time, because even backstage, like at the time, the COVID
Mhm,
lady who was in charge of everything, she had this huge area with like all the masks and
mhm,
all the testing stuff, and we had to test before we even came into the
mhm,
theater. And if you didn't, she was going to text you and be like, I didn't receive your test results. So if you didn't do it at home and send in the picture of your negative results, you had to go to another station that was like somewhere in Midtown and get it done. And then they would send in the negative results.
mhm.
Um, and it was just such a crazy, weird place to be in, and then to see it, like she went from this huge area, she had like a whole like floor, then she went to like a desk somewhere else,
Mhm.
and then she went like remote where you would just send it in, she wasn't in the building, it was fine, and then to have it like disappear, it was just like, wow, we went through that. It
The
was
COVID
crazy.
compliance officer was a job that came about and disappeared so fast.
Yeah.
Both ways. Like it
Yeah.
appeared quickly and then disappeared quickly. But
Yeah.
because every gig that I booked, you had to go through the COVID compliance officer. I remember Poker Face. I think I had to do like two
Mm.
tests, like once when I
Mm-hmm.
booked it, and then once like the day before,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously again when you're on set too. So
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it was like this is nerve-wracking because any one
Yeah.
of these could come back even though I feel fine,
Yeah.
and it's like so but I mean
Yeah.
it was great that we had these people. I
Yeah.
just also feel bad for them because they went through a lot of work to learn this job
They
and then
really
they
did,
don't have it
and
anymore. So
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, I mean, and we became close with her. I mean,
yeah.
we talked with her every day. She sent around um, tests for us. And so it was really kind of weird. She's like, "Hey guys, I'm starting to make my exit, and if you have any questions, I'm always here." But it's kind of like, oh, but don't go.
Mhm.
It was really tough. It was really tough. But I am glad that we are on the other side of it, and
Knock on wood, yes.
yeah, yeah,
Let's stay that way.
yeah. And we can see theater the way that we are used to.
Yes, yeah, no, I think it's great that we can do that. Although I'm sure you've heard this from a lot of people. Theater is very expensive right
It's
now.
expensive.
Like I don't remember Broadway being this expensive.
Yeah,
And because it keeps me from going to shows that I want to see.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I'm sure it keeps a lot of other people from that too.
for
And
sure.
it's really frustrating from I will blame a little bit of stunt casting for this.
There
I
is
think
that.
that I think stunt casting drives up prices in a way that is a little unsustainable for the average theater goer.
There is absolutely that. Um, and because I don't know that there's anything that has become more expensive, you
Well,
know?
they're not paying you all more, I'm assuming.
No.
I'm assuming that's the case. I could be
I
wrong.
mean, we
Maybe they
make good
generously threw
money.
money at you and everything. But
We make good money, but I can't even imagine what some of these stars that come
Mhm.
through, and there's so many more, like a lot of the pit.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing that, I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
Mhm.
Um, and I can't even like I can't be mad because nice work if you can get it.
No,
And so
that's the thing.
it's
I'm not
like,
mad at people about it. I'm glad that
yeah,
they're getting money. It's just
yeah,
I also but I think it's about movies too because I was talking to 'cause I don't know if you see have you seen The Bride?
I haven't, no.
So The Bride, you know what it is though, yes? It's the
I
Maggie
don't.
Gyllenhaal movie that just she
Oh,
directed.
yes, yes,
It's
yes,
the
yes.
Bride
I
of
have not
Frankenstein
seen
movie
it,
basically. So
but actually, the girl that I share a station with, I think she was in it. Her scene got cut, but she was in that movie.
it's I like the movie. I think it's a very divisive movie. You either will
Yeah.
like it or hate it.
Okay.
Because it's very polarizing. I liked the movie, but
Okay.
I also don't think that like the budget for this movie was $90 million,
Mm,
and I think the only reason it cost that is because some of the actors in it are very expensive,
mm,
and I don't think that there's like uh, good for Robert Downey Jr. for example in the new Doomsday Avengers movie coming out,
mm,
but
mm-hmm.
$80 million. No actor is worth $80 million for anything. Like, no, I'm
That
sorry.
is insane to me. That is an insane amount of money that I can't even fathom.
We will never make $80 million in our lifetime.
No.
So
I mean, I just I for are they I guess they're thinking about how much the movie will make because of
they
the
have to
name
be, but
behind it, but it's
I just
just
I think that some like the Bride is like a movie that should have been like a $20 million movie,
yeah,
uh, at
yeah,
mo. And again,
yeah,
that's only because that's what movies cost these days. But
yeah,
like that's a decent price for a movie that
right.
doesn't need to be like massive blowing up special effects kind of things and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if a movie costs 120, the reason that Weapons was one of the reasons it was so successful is because it was only like a $40 million movie,
Mm,
and even Sinners was I was worried about because it cost $90 million to make that
yeah.
movie. Uh,
But there's so many
but it
special
made so much money.
effects.
So yes,
Yes.
exactly. But like we should be making more movies that are lower price. Same with Broadway. Like sometimes I think they spend too much on things in Broadway to be really to compete with movies. I think.
I would be interested to know, and I don't know this for sure. There are a lot of shows that come from the West End to New York,
Hmm.
and I feel like they get the upgrade when they
Hmm.
come to New York. And I'm like, why is that? And what did it cost on the West End to put up? And what does it cost when it comes to New York? And why do we feel like so many shows have to like get that boost for whatever reason when it comes to New York? Um, is it the audience? Is it because it's New York?
It's because
Because I
it's
feel,
America, I think. I think America
yeah,
has to be bigger. Because
that's,
Cabaret is a great example. I saw
yeah.
Cabaret in London.
Hmm.
Because I knew I wouldn't be able to afford it when it came to the US. Uh, and Cabaret in London was very affordable. It was very it was a good
Theater
price.
in London is affordable.
It is. It really. I saw 3 shows in London, and I spent probably the price of what would be one and a half tickets in New York. Uh, it was
Crazy.
it was nuts. It
Yeah,
was just nuts.
yeah.
So you're right. Absolutely. They do something in New York when it comes here, and it becomes ridiculously overpriced.
Yeah, it's really sad to me that it becomes that, and it becomes so unaffordable for New Yorkers,
Mhm.
for just the regular person. And then we send these these tours out that are become like non-union,
Yep.
and the ticket price doesn't really reflect the fact that it's non-union. It's still pretty expensive, um, but it just, I don't know, it just really makes me so sad because then we get comments like Timothy Chalamet's, this is a dying
Hmm.
industry. And it's like, it's really not. People really want to come and see live theater, but it's unaffordable sometimes.
Hmm.
Um, uh, and so, yeah, it makes me really sad about the future of theater and live performances.
It makes me that way too. Because like you, I grew up thinking I was just going to be in theater. Like I was just going to make theater, and I
Yeah.
never thought about making movies or at television or anything
Mm-mm.
like that. And
Mm-mm.
then something I was well, I think working off Broadway in New York, it was like, well,
Mm.
I think I need to do something else because
Mm.
nobody comes to these shows because everybody's got their own
Exactly.
show. So,
Yeah. But it's
um,
also weird for me to see people like Tom Hanks doing an off Broadway show.
mhm,
I'm like, what? I'm so at the Shed. And I'm like,
mhm.
what do you mean? But these tickets were like crazy expensive. I couldn't afford it. I was like, this is
There's no
crazy.
difference now in price from off Broadway and Broadway now.
No, no.
They will stunt cast like crazy on those
Yeah,
shows. So
yeah, yeah. So that's really kind of a sad thing, to see with theater. And I yeah, I've kind of turned to like film and TV for also just having like time off
yeah.
sometimes. Just
Hmm.
like to have a weekend. I took a leave of absence from MJ when I was filming um, Chair Company. And I wasn't in every single episode and I wasn't there every single day. But I didn't know what the schedule was going to be like. So I was like, let me just take this time. And
Hmm.
thank goodness I did because it did change a lot.
No.
But but it was really great to have a weekend off. I was
Hmm.
like, this is what a Saturday, Sunday feels like. This is amazing. This felt so good. And it's one of the things that I wish that theater would adopt at some point in life is like to have 2 days off instead of just a one
I'm
day.
surprised they don't do a Monday Tuesday. Um,
Oof.
because
What a
it just
difference it would make.
well, yeah, no, it would make your all lives a lot.
Oh,
You need 2 days to recover because one
yeah,
day you don't have time because you're
yeah,
still thinking about everything,
yeah,
or you only got one day to do all your errands, so you have
yeah,
no break or anything. Yeah,
yeah.
I think there really should. You're right. I think it should be like a Monday Tuesday.
I wish. I really wish that at some point we would, you know, adopt that. I realize that it may not be like on a weekend because that's when we're going to probably make the most amount of money.
Yeah,
Fine. But um, I just would love to have at some point 2 days off. That would be chef's kiss. And we've talked about it and I think they've discussed like how can we make it happen, but it just hasn't happened yet. And it'd be amazing if they could make it happen. But I feel like a lot of people turn to film and TV for that reason, for the money.
hmm
Also, the money is
it's a good
great.
money for one day's work. So
Yeah,
not
you
even a
know,
day sometimes. Like you
not even
said
a
for
full day. Yeah,
because for like the Americans, you said you're in and out in six
I was
hours.
in and out. And I was probably making the same amount of money,
Yep.
But yeah, it's amazing to see the difference between the two. But yeah, I wonder if ever there'll be a change in how things are run when it comes to like theater, to live theater.
At some point, something will have to happen because A, it's a little too unaffordable for the audience, and
Yeah,
B, it's unsustainable for performers too because
yeah,
it's I mean, yes, they'll argue and say that this is how it's been since theater came about, but I mean, that doesn't mean things shouldn't evolve and change.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ugh. I forgot to ask, can I drink on your show?
Please, of course, yes, of course.
I
Not a
have a glass
problem at
of
all.
wine. I was like,
Oh, no, no, please, yeah, enjoy your wine. Did you that's a really tall glass too.
did you ever watch oh, what's the name of that? Oh, what's the name of that show? I can't think of it right now. Um, oh my gosh. It was on ABC. It was Kerry Washington.
Scandal?
Scandal. She had like her wine glasses with
Yes, yes, yeah.
popcorn.
Yep.
That's
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 nice.
what this is.
That's a
That's what
nice
this is.
wine glass.
Right?
I don't drink wine, but that's a very nice wine glass. I would want that. Did you I guess did you, since we're talking about ABC, did you watch the Oscars last night or did you
I sure
catch
did.
them?
I
What did
sure
you
did.
think of the results?
I'm pretty much happy. Um, I'm happy with everything. The one of the things that I don't want people to say is that Michael B. Jordan won because of the scandal with what
Yes,
Timothy
no one
Chalamet
should
said.
say that because
I don't want anybody to say that.
and no matter what Timothy Chalamet said happened after voting was closed. So
Okay.
even
Yes.
even if even if it swayed somebody, it wouldn't have mattered because they voted already. So
Yes.
voting
Absolutely.
voting was closed like the day or two before he said what he said. So
Yeah. So I don't want that to interfere with his win. You know,
no,
I
and it
think he
shouldn't
deserved
because
it.
Michael B. Jordan was incredible in that movie. I mean,
Absolutely.
most movies he's incredible, but
Yes.
but like Sinners was
And
chef's
honestly,
kiss.
that's where I think I fell in love with him as an actor, honestly,
I think
to be
so too,
honest.
honestly. Yeah,
You
no,
know,
I agree with you.
I had seen him in other things and I was like, oh yeah, he's fine. He's a good actor. But that to me was like, oh no, he's good.
Yeah, no,
He's
I
good.
agree with you.
You know. Um I I do wish what's his name? Sheldon? I think he was up for the black guy that was up for um oh
Supporting
my
actor?
gosh. Supporting actor.
Delroy Lindo, I think.
Delroy. Yes.
I thought
I
he was
wish he
great.
had won. I wish he
I
had
picked
won.
him in my pool, but
Yeah.
I didn't win that one.
I'll admit I did not see Sean Penn in the movie,
I
so
haven't seen
I don't
One
know.
Battle After Another yet either. I
Yeah.
know I'm very
I
bad
need to see
movie watcher,
that.
but it's like 3 hours, and I didn't have
Is
3 hours.
it?
So,
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. So I can't say, you know, for
yeah,
sure. I saw bits and pieces of it, I think. But I have not seen it all the way through and I do need to see it now that it has won. I'm sad that like Rental Family
yeah, that didn't even get nominated for anything, I think.
I
So.
thought it was just so good.
Before it came out, I remember everybody saying this is one of the Oscar movies this year, and
Yeah.
then nobody picked
Nothing.
it for anything. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was really happy that Jesse Buckley won for Hamnet. Have you seen Hamnet yet?
I have not seen that yet, but
It
yeah,
is an incredible acting
yeah.
movie, and it's
Ugh,
beautiful too. Chloe
yeah.
Zhao. I mean,
Okay.
and it's on Peacock. So if you have Peacock, you can
Okay.
watch it for free. So,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
but
I had all these movies for free, and I'm just like, why didn't I watch? There was some that I did watch, but for whatever reason, I didn't watch that one. But yeah, I need to see it.
it's really quite good.
Okay.
I was also a little disappointed in song because I really
Mm.
thought that the Sinner song should have won
Oh, yeah.
over the K-pop Demon Hunter song.
Oh
Not
man, no,
because
but that one was everywhere.
I mean, yeah, and it's a fun song. I'm not taking away
Mhm,
from that at all.
mhm.
I just think in terms of a more impactful song,
Yeah.
the Sinner song was more impactful,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought. So.
I love that performance that they did at the Oscars. I went back and watched the movie today, actually, and I was like, "Oh, this is the performance that they did at the Oscars," and I was like, "Wow, how poignant this is to see how everything has led to every, you know, like it's
Mhm.
all connected, you know." It was really, really beautiful. African dance
Yeah.
to step dancing, or just in the club booty dancing, like it's
I
all
saw
connected.
I saw an interesting comment online, people talking about it and everything. One of the things they said was the one thing they felt like it was missing from that performance in the movie and in the stage show was
Mhm.
some sort of Vogue or ballroom dance element to it, because
Oh,
that's such a big part of Black culture as well.
absolutely.
It's just not the side that necessarily gets as much recognition and
Yeah,
everything.
that's
Um,
interesting. Yeah.
so um, and
Speaking
obviously
of
being a queer
that,
person, that's something I would have wanted in there, but
yeah, absolutely. You do know that Jellicle Ball is coming
yes,
out,
yes.
or has come
That
out. I don't know if they are in review or out yet, but they might be in previews.
that
But
is
yeah,
so incredible that they are
yeah,
doing that and they moved it to Broadway. I'm so
yeah.
happy about that.
I knew it. I was like, this has become way too popular. They're moving this to Broadway. Absolutely. I never got to see it off Broadway because it was sold out the
Yeah, it
entire
was.
time.
Every before when I finally heard about it, it was already too late.
Yeah,
Like it was
yeah.
sold out forever.
Oh
If you
my
don't know what
God.
we're talking about, the so Cats, obviously most of you probably have heard of Cats the musical. Cats is a very old musical at this point about singing cats. But what happened was 2 years ago, I think, or was
I
it a
think it
year?
was, yeah.
Yeah, about 2 years ago, they did something called the Jellicle Ball, which was a reinterpretation of Cats as a ballroom experience. So all of the performers are voguing and doing ballroom numbers, and it's so such a fresh take on the musical that what was for a very long time considered to be a stodgy and frankly uh, not a high ticket price show. We'll go with. But they brought this whole new revival idea to it, and it's everything I've seen of it looks stunning, and people
Yeah,
should see it. So
yeah, yeah. I'm excited to see it. There's so much.
there's a lot of new shows coming out on Broadway though right now. I mean, because I know Rocky's coming back, Rocky Horror,
Oh, yeah, that's at Studio 54.
the Lost Boys is opening.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and Nathan Lane just opened or is in rehearsal previews for Death of a Salesman,
Yes. Which
which
was
they're
just
bringing.
kind of out maybe like a year ago
Did
with
it? Is it that long?
what, yeah, I mean it was with oh God, I forgot his name. But yeah, it was, they just recently did it with a different
They did,
cast.
and then before that, like it was only like 10 years ago they did it with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah,
So, and
yeah,
I
yeah.
saw that one.
Yeah,
But I
okay,
mean,
okay.
I'm like, why are we reviving Death of the
We
Salesman
just
this
keep
many
reviving
times?
that one.
Let the
I'm
man
really
die already.
excited about Dog Day Afternoon.
Yes, that has some really good feedback
Yes,
I've heard from that, and that's
they're
a
in
great movie.
previews right now. They're right across the street from us. And I love the movie. So I would really want to see how they've
It's not a
created
musical,
it.
is it?
No, 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 it's a
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's in a pretty big
That's
house.
why I was because if they're across from MJ, that's a big theater. So
Yeah, 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 yeah. That was the last show that was there was Cabaret.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah. That's a pretty big house for a play.
yeah.
But there are pretty big stars in it, so I can't wait to see how they've created the screenplay into a play. So
I think it's I've heard really good things about it
okay.
from TikTok. There's been a lot of people reviewing it on
Oh,
TikTok
good.
and everything.
Good, good, good. I mean, they're
Um,
screaming at the stage door.
yeah. Well,
So
it's also I mean John Bernthal's in it, so people are really
yeah.
excited to see him. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
but no, this is there's a lot of things. This is the time when things open on Broadway, everybody. So if you're looking to come and see things before the Tonys, because then things will get very very expensive for them.
Yes, absolutely. Come and see it before the Tonys, before they get nominated for a Tony, but also before summer, before
Yeah,
spring break.
yeah.
This is the time of the year when shows kind of struggle a little bit because it's not the holiday season. So it can be a little bit cheaper to see shows right
Hmm.
now. Yeah.
And don't forget, there's always TKTS, which is
Yes.
a wonderful way to get cheap tickets for on the day of. So,
Absolutely.
and probably most shows have tickets on TKTS, I would
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
Are there any? Is like probably even Wicked has shows on TKTS, doesn't it?
I don't think so. Honestly, right now, Wicked is pretty sold out.
That's true because of the movies. I forgot.
The
Yes, the movies
movies,
definitely.
yeah, they're doing well.
There was a time where like Lion King would never be on TKTS
Yeah,
or things like that.
yeah,
Or there was always like three or four shows, like the producers would never was on
yeah.
TKTS, and then but nowadays most shows are pretty much always
Yeah, I
have
think
some
around this
tickets.
time of the year they might be. Maybe not Wicked, but yeah, a lot of other shows probably are there. Yeah.
The last show I saw was Oh Mary. I went to that. It's so funny.
Who
It's
did you see?
I saw Jane Krakowski,
Oh, yeah.
which was good.
Yeah.
I would have done anything to see Jinx Monsoon in it because
Mm.
I think Jinx is hilarious.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and I would have loved to have seen Jinx,
Yeah.
and I would love to go to London just to see Jinx do Judy Garland's show
Oh,
because right now she's doing a play about Judy Garland.
I didn't know that.
It's like a one woman show about with as Judy Garland and everything.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay.
so I'm like, I wish I were in London right now because I could go see
Yes.
that.
I want
And
to
that's
see
not.
Paddington.
Oh yes, that would be great. That'd be so much
I want
fun.
to see it so bad.
Is there a children's show on Broadway or a family show right now on Broadway?
Besides like Lion King and maybe like Aladdin.
Yeah,
Um,
because I know it because like for a while there was like Shrek, then Matilda, then School of
yeah.
Rock, and but I don't think there's anything like
I
that
don't
right
think
now.
there is really. Back to the Future may have been, but that's gone. Um,
Mrs. Doubtfire still there or that gone?
no. Mm-mm. Mamma Mia was there for a little bit, but
Or did that already close?
that's closed. But they're back on tour. It was always like a short engagement
Oh, okay, okay.
situation, yeah. Um, but they did really well. They
Well,
did
yeah, no,
really, really well.
everyone loves that show.
Yeah.
Like I went to see the show years ago and I'm like I'm not really I don't know why I'm seeing this. I think I got tickets for it from
Yeah.
somebody. They gave them to me. And I'm like I'm not gonna I don't really care about ABBA's music and everything. But then I'm like, how can you not enjoy yourself in this musical? It's so much fun. It's
That was my big break. I did the
really
tour. Yeah, that was my big break. I did the tour back in like 2008 or 9, something like that. And so yeah, I was like, all right, Mamma Mia, here we go again.
I mean, it's a fun show. It
It
is.
is.
That was my theater snob days too, when I was like, I'm not. I don't have time for this kind of musical. Uh, I'm
I
going to go
get
to
it.
an elevated musical. That's.
I
And
get
sometimes it's like,
it.
no, just give me some fun singing and dancing, please. That's all I care about.
It was the first of its kind, like the first like jukebox musical,
It
right?
was, or at least it was the first like successful one.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
because I know like the Elvis one wasn't very popular. All Shook
Mm.
Up did not do very well.
Oh, right, right, right. Yeah.
Um, but I don't remember if that was before or after. Because again, these shows are. I forget how old I am now, and how old how long ago Mamma Mia came out on Broadway. So, um,
So true.
but no, no, I'm excited. So, when are you? Obviously, you're not. Is MJ Dark tonight, or
It's dark tonight. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that would be why I snagged you for tonight then. So fabulous,
Yeah.
good timing. So, um,
And why I'm drinking wine.
as for some relaxation period.
Hmm.
And I just realized the show is it's 8 o'clock, so we actually have to
That was
start
quick.
wrapping up.
Okay.
I am amazed by how fast time goes by sometimes. I say it
Oh
every
my
week,
gosh.
and every week I'm still amazed by it. So,
Yeah.
um,
That's amazing.
Carole,
Wow.
how can people find you online if you'd like them to?
I am on Instagram. I'm Carole Denise Jones on Instagram, Carole. Denise, Denise, Jones, Jones. That's kind of where I am. I'm not really on the X
Most people
anymore.
shouldn't be anyway. So, I mean,
Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, that's basically how you can find me, and anything else about me is just Instagram.
Or go to the
Yeah.
stage door and wait for
Oh
Carole to come
yes,
out of MJ and get her
exactly.
autograph. So
250 West 52nd Street.
exactly. Every night that MJ has a show.
Yes, yes, yes. Tuesday through Sunday.
Until they give us Tuesdays off. So
Right. Monday
fingers
and
crossed.
Tuesday.
Well, I am so excited to have had you here. There is a comment I
Oh.
just want to reference for somebody else. Soy Raul, I would love to get my shows and things on Amazon Prime for Europe. I'm not sure how to do that from the US, but in the meantime, there's always ways to check me out. And I know in Europe you can buy the Blu-ray for the Brooklyn Butcher. So if that's something
Mm,
you're interested in, reach out to me, and I'm happy to tell you how to do that. Because I know it is. I know there are some weird rules sometimes with these things. So,
mm.
but just reach out to me and I'll see what I can do about getting you something at least. So,
Aw, that's awesome.
Carole, I had a blast talking to you.
I had a blast. Thank you for inviting me.
My pleasure. I've missed you and I'm glad I got a chance to hang out with you. So
Yes.
hopefully I
I
will see
hope.
you very soon.
I hope. Come
Fingers crossed.
on.
We will, we'll get the call soon. So,
Yes, absolutely.
everybody else have a wonderful evening and I'll see you all next Monday. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
And that's the tea.